we're going to put Antonio on. Antonio is another one of my friends, and he you're coming on in just 1 second. I have a few things to say, and I'm going to say great things about you as well. He's a personal friend. We're factory direct with Panasonic. To show you how important he is to the company, he has 3 customers, and I'm one of them. So, or how important maybe I think I am. And he calls on the big guys, and he's a very important part of Panasonic. He's been there for many years, and he's a good friend, and he's our factory direct. We are factory direct, quite extraordinary for a small company. Hope we can maintain that status. Typically, manufacturers want to work with the large volume. They don't want to work with small mom-and-pop shops. Okay, here's Antonio DeFeo of Panasonic. Let's keep the room quiet. Give us your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to keep this brief. Obviously, we're here to look at the best of the best. When we make recommendations as manufacturers, we always like for people to look at our sets and kind of determine what we've done as the best. But you can't lose with any TV in this room. There's just so much good technology out there. We're going to touch on some highlights of why the Panasonic set, with plasma, which is natively a little better with motion response and some of the other characteristics that we talk about in these presentations. I did give a brief presentation a couple of years ago. I hope I did okay. It's not going to be a repeat of that because we're going to, with Ed's help, we're going to zip through the presentation that Jason gave yesterday. Go and just pop it up. Expert reviews, obviously on the heels of getting the best panel last year at the show. There were a lot of write-ups on the VT25 series. This year's VT30 series just expands on that. Next, Neoplasma. It's our best plasma panel ever. We've done a lot in the past couple of years to lessen the glass fronts, so you're not getting that double imaging. We also, on our VT series, have a single sheet of glass, so when the TV's off, it's just as beautiful as when the TV's on. You're taking a look at some of the technology enhancements, and you guys that have a view of the screen, you can obviously reference it later on the video, but we're doing more things to make the phosphors decay better, decay faster, so there's no lag, there's no inherent image problems at all with the set. Next. 2011 panel, you can tell we've done more with anti-reflective coating than ever. Next. Fast switching phosphors just means that lag effect that we talked about a little bit is gone. The light emission, what would happen with the phosphors burning is typically they would trail off, and the brightest portion would be at the end of the phosphors glow. Now we've corrected that, and you actually get the brightest, most intense image at the lead, so you're not getting any brightness at the end of the cycle. It's easy to watch 2D images, similar to what we talked about with the Elite. Panasonic also has the ability to enhance the 3D vision. The other thing you can do is you can actually go to the negative spectrum, and you can make the image appear more in depth, more in the set, like a window, instead of just having that high pop-out effect, which is very cool. But for the most part, if you're watching a movie that's got a little more dramatic effect and less action, you don't really need, a horse jumping out at the screen and stuff. It's more of the artistic image. 3D adjustment function, as I just talked about. THX certified. We've heard of that. 24p cinematic playback. 96 hertz treatment on the 24p, so it's a full increment. It's a full step. You're not getting any problems there. Smart and easy network connectivity. We call our Viera Connect. Simply means that you get a menu screen that comes up. We've built in Android and iPod apps, so you can actually call up your TV's functionality on a panel, on a tablet, on an iPad. Viera Connect, all type of stuff we're talking about. Content partners, all the major sports. Video games that live on the cloud, and you can actually buy a USB controller and just sit at your TV and play them. Fitness, this is a really cool feature. You can actually have items that interact with the television. So if you have a treadmill and you have a pedometer or some other device that records your motion, you can actually get haptic feedback from the TV. Not haptic, but feedback from the TV. And it actually can control like a video loop if you're running through the woods or something. It's kind of a unique feature. VOD video service, we all know about Netflix and Amazon On Demand. Social networking, you have the killer feature is Skype. We do a free talk camera. We're also in talks with Logitech to make another camera. Twitter, Picasa, Facebook. The beauty of it is, too, obviously it's USB ports. You can connect any conventional keyboard, USB wireless or USB hardwire, to the TV. The development center, for you guys that are on the web, just want to take a look at that. Developer, kind of like the App Store for Apple or the Android market, you can contribute. It's an open platform. You can actually build stuff for the TV. Skype on your TV, we talked about, nice, clean interface. DLNA, which you really didn't hear anybody talk about today, but it's obviously more prevalent in a lot of electronics now. It means if you have content that's on your hard drive somewhere else, it's on your computer in the other room, on your kid's laptop, on your iPad or something else that has access over the network, the TV can play it in just about every format. I think Jason put a nice slide together next of the different formats. Covers just about everything. AVC HD Pro and AVC HD, some of our babies, but it plays just about everything. And expand TV by displaying your photos. It's the same conversation we've always had. All Panasonic TVs have SD card slot, but you can also put a USB in. Comfortable network remote control operation. It's like we talked about with the tablet. I can call it up on the screen while we flip to the next slide. If you have a smartphone, an Android tablet, an iPad, or anything else, you can actually just go ahead and call up the screen and then have your VT30 show up and have full functionality just like you would with a remote. And then beyond that, you can swipe and do different things to control the features on screen. This is just one of the things that differentiate it. This is the big brother of the series. We also have ST, which is the lowest end 3D that we currently make, and a GT, which mirrors some of this but doesn't go full bore like the VT series.
I love the integration of all the applications that they have. They've made this appliance a much more useful appliance. They've integrated so many great apps. This is all new for us. And all the video files say, oh, I don't want that, I don't care about that. And once they start using them, they love them. Everybody that comes into my store and says, I'm not interested in 3D, I put the glasses on, I do a fantastic 3D demo in the store, and more than 95% of the people love it and can't wait to enjoy 3D. I have a holistic chiropractor who's a friend of mine, and I'm also a patient of his. And he says to me, you know, I started jogging on a treadmill because I'm trying to keep up with you young guys, you know, and keep my strength up. And he says to me, no, you can't do that. You have to jog outside. You need the vision, full vision, peripheral view of outdoors. I said to him, I got a VieraCast Connect TV for you. We're going to give you an application on a 65-inch screen, get as close as you want, you'll have all the peripheral vision, of your jogging outside in the woods. He bought that 65-inch TV, he bought a treadmill, which he would never have before, and he jogs on it, doesn't jog outside anymore. So I urge everybody to look at all these unique applications that these guys built in. The TVs are a lot more useful today than they ever were. So we've integrated rich content from the internet, we've integrated Pandora, YouTube, Skype. Skype works fantastic. It's up-converted. Your experience with Skype is more like you're really there. It's larger, it's up-converted with video processing, the audio quality is better, and they see and hear you better as well. It's a tremendous Skype experience for all the kids in college doing the exchange programs, and it's really a fun thing to do on a television. You don't need a PC to do it, and it just performs so well. It's really a lot of fun, all the integration. Everybody, all my purist friends says, I don't want it, I don't want it. And once they start using and finding some of these features, they love them. So explore your TVs, use those features, look for TVs that have maybe some of those features that you might enjoy as well.